G'day, g'day. Welcome to Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage. Today, I hope to be playing with two Dinky toys. One is the Hudson Sedan, and the other one is the Hudson Hornet. So, let's move these, well, let's clear the table, and we'll have a closer look at them in the next segment. So again, welcome to Gravesend Australia Diecast Salvage. I'd like to thank the viewers for joining us, which you've now become a friend to the channel. So I'd like to again thank the people that come back every time when I put a video out. It's very much appreciated. Thank you if you're a first time viewer. I hope you do come back and watch and see what I do. I'm not the best restorer out there or customizer out there. I'm just an ordinary Joe Blow like yourself, and I hope that I inspire you to give this a try. Give the hobby a try. It's not easy. It took me a little while to get used to it. So anyway, I stop yabbering and let's get on with the show. All right, we have these Dinky Toys Hudson Sedan, made in England, Meccano Limited. Now, I don't see a number on the base. If you do, good on you. Now, my usual practice is with the filming is that I take the post heads off. Just saves a little bit of time and a little bit of noise. I use a burr tool on the rotary tool, whether it be a Dremel or whatever you use, that's fine. If you wish to drill, that's fine as well. It's entirely up to you. You need to find out what works for you, just like I had to find out what works for me. And I've tried different methods as well. Anyway, let's again stop yabbering and let's keep going. Now, from looking on the internet, this is based on a 1956 Hudson Sedan, sometimes called a Commodore, and I think they're also called a Super 6. But there's a link in the description as to the real vehicle by itself. So this used to be a two-tone, the crimson and light grey or light blue. This one used to be. As you can see, a lot of the red has worn off, as is the bottom colour as well. Now, as per usual, a lot of times this will be a custom paint, and I shall put a photo up at the reveal as to what the inspiration was for the colours that I've chosen. Overall, the casting's in not too bad condition. I don't think these are the original tyres. They've been replaced at some point. But I stand to be corrected. That's fine. Now let's have a look at our other Hudson. This is the Hudson Hornet. Again, at Dinky Toys, made in England, Meccano Limited, and this has the number 174 stamped on the bottom. these are replacement tyres because these are the tyres that I've put on. I've had this casting for 4-5 years now. We're finally getting around to it. Paint wise, she's got quite a few chips on it, so she's been loved, which is good. The window unit seems to be in an okay condition. There is no interior. With this one, there's no window unit and no interior. All right, so let me get myself comfortable. We'll come back and we'll take these things apart. Now that didn't take long, did it? Now that I'm comfortable, we'll start off with the 56 Hudson. There's 3 posts, one there, 2 at the back. And as mentioned, I've already taken the post off. And only taken enough off so that we can take the base off. And we just need to be a bit careful on these. The front wheels are held in by the base. The rear wheels are not like these front ones. These front ones have a mushroomed end on them to stop the wheels from coming off. The rear wheels don't. They will just slide off. They're held in by the casting itself. You can see the marks as to where they'll be. So we'll just put the tyres in our bucket over there. The same thing with the axle. The axle is got a bit of a wonkiness to it, so we'll need to straighten that out. Base needs to be cleaned up. It's thin, and that leaves us our casting. We'll move over to the 57 Hornet. Again, just taking the mushroom head off enough to get the casting off. This base feels thinner than the other one. That leaves us our window unit. Now, I haven't done anything with the window unit, but as you can see, when it was pressed in, we have this crack all the way through. Now I'm going to use my burr tool to take that mushroomed head off so that we can get the glass out, and the crack hasn't reached this visible part of the screen, which is great. So, and of course that leaves us our casting. The wheels I most likely will leave on. I'll mask up the axles to repaint the base itself. Because if you don't need to take it off or take it apart, there's no need to. So we'll keep that. Just makes life a little bit easier. All right. We'll move on to the next segment. Like I said, I'll take that mushroom head off. You get the glass out, and I'll do that off camera. See you at the next segment. We're still trying to get the equipment to either get repaired or replaced. That broke down on us, which is a replacement compressor. So we're using an alternative way of stripping without using chemicals, because I'd like to use the caustic soda, but as mentioned a few times, when I moved back to Gravesend. We are on a septic system, and caustic soda destroys the bacteria that breaks down the human waste. So we're going using a non-chemical version. All it is, it's a drill bit with a brass bristles on there. So my suggestion is put some earplugs in, especially if I forget to tone down the noise when it comes to video editing. So put your earplugs in and let's go. See, as you can see, it is taking the paint off without too much problem. So, as you can see there, I'll do the rest off camera. I'll do the same thing with our other Hudson, and we'll see you at the next segment. Here we have our cars back from the temporary stripper. The temporary stripper may become permanent. Don't know yet. Depends on how our financial situation goes through. But there is a GoFundMe page, which is linked in the description. So if you wish to help the channel along, $1, $2, £1, 50p, it all helps. Because the work that I used to do is not as regular as what it used to be. So our finances are down a little bit. So in any case, if you can help, that would be great. So castings are nice and shiny. We've still got a little bit of paint in here that will get out. But our temporary stripper has done a wonderful job with no chemicals. This one here, I'll be doing some filing to get some of these casting lines out. Casting line here, casting line there, casting line down the front here, and here. The rest of it's not too bad. Those 4 points, we'll be doing a little bit of filing. When we come back, or before we come back, here is the base for the Hudson Sedan, all cleaned up. We may leave it as it is, just put a clear coat over the top so that it stays nice and shiny. Or we may paint it black. The other one, for the Hornet, we've got taped up and we'll be painting that one black. So, all right, we'll catch you in a moment. We'll see where we are. This is just a reminder as to what I'd started with at the beginning of today's episode. And here we are now. Here we are with our two Dinky Hudson. The aqua and white is the Hornet, And the rusty looking one is the Sedan, sometimes called the Commodore. There are various names for them. So what have we done with them? The usual. We've stripped them, we've repainted them. With the Hudson Hornet, we've done the aqua and white. We've painted in the tail lights, we've given some indicators, the bumpers and the chrome that you see on the sides, and the grille on the front, and the headlights. All that is using the scourer to keep it all nice and polished. We've cleaned the windscreen, had no interior, and we've painted the base. With the Sedan, well, that didn't come out quite as what I expected, but I'm happy with the result, in that the paint came out to give us this look. So I haven't altered it. I was going to make it a total bronze colour, but I like this in better. Again, the bumpers are just the base metal being polished. We've repainted the base, and we've painted, we've done the hubs. No interior, no screen. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you next time at Graves in Australia Diecast Salvage.